Okay, this is going to be kind of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to add a photo, just like a single photo instead of a photo gallery. And we're going to continue with the Tulip Cemetery page because we've got some really nice images here. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to change out this main photo right here. Now, it doesn't really show the the place all that well, because it's kind of small and panoramic. If you click on it though, you'll see the panoramic, and that looks so much nicer right like that. So, well, let's play around with it. Maybe we'll keep it the way it is. Maybe we'll use the new photo. But the idea is I want to show you how to do it. Normally, whenever you're going to put portraits on pictures on a Wikipedia page, you need to have a little more content to it than just this like 4 sentences that's on here. But we're trying to learn how to do things, and that's really what we're going to do. It's just playing around with it and learning. If you look on the Heather Henderson page again, you'll see that there's a main photo, and you're also going to see that there's photos in different places, to the right, to the left. We can even add a photo in the middle, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You can see these are over to the right. Now, it isn't as easy as just taking the picture and putting it exactly where you want it. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know if you can do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to move it to the right, to the left, and to the center. You have to play around with it to get it to where you want it. See how like right now it's underneath this line and it looks kind of nice, and it just kind of visually looks good. Sorry, things keep popping up. That's because I keep mousing over them, and then when I mouse over it, the picture gets bigger. I don't know how to turn that off, and I kind of like it. So anyway, here's that's just an overview of what it could look like by putting pictures here and put pictures over here. And here's your little caption. So let's go to Tulip Cemetery again. And I'm going to click on the Edit button. And we've already added the gallery because we can. Because we're learning, and that's the whole idea. So there's not a lot on this page because it's a pretty short page. It's a stub. You can see here's the gallery we added. So there's not a lot of scrolling I need to be doing on this. But let's add a photo. And I'm going to add it after this, but before this other sentence, just because I want to be able to show you how to do it. So I've kind of made a nice little spot there, added a few spaces there for no other reason but to make this more visually appealing for you to be able to do. So what I'm going to do is go over here to the Tulip Cemetery page, and this is the one I picked out because I think it looks different. And it is going to be something I copied the whole name. So I'm going to copy the whole thing, including the file and the colon, which is something you don't do when you're adding a gallery. I'm going to hit Control-C, or some people like to right-click and hit copy. Then I'm going to the Tulip Cemetery page again, and I'm going to click on this little picture right here. See the photo? And it says Embedded File. Insert File. So it wants to know the file name. So I'm just going to paste in the file name. There it is with the file, colon, and then the whole thing with the JPEG. Then I'm going to write a caption. So let's put Main Gates at Tulip Cemetery. Why is it you can't type whenever you got somebody looking over your shoulder? I don't know. So here we have some different options. Now I want to keep it as a thumbnail because if I change it to one of these other ones, the picture will be super big. I mean, I won't even be able to scroll to it. It'll be like the size of my desk, not just the laptop. So I'm going to leave it as a thumbnail. And then this is grayed out, so we're going to leave it grayed out. The alignment is I can make it center of the page, left of the page, or right of the page, or default. And default is always to the right. So let's do right, just because I want to show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to hit insert. And then what will happen is you'll see that it's got the little hyperlinks. These right here, you're going to learn all about those. And then it has the file Tulip Cemetery at maingates.jpg. And then it automatically added that bar. That's that little line. And then it added the word thumbnail. And then another line. And then it says right, because we want it to go to the right side. And then here's the caption that I put. See? And then the two little hyperlinks. So let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to hit preview. And it's going to come up over here on the right-hand side of the page because you can see there's not a lot of content on this page. It doesn't look all that great because it's over to the side so much. But, you know, somebody wants to come in and start improving cemetery pages in Arkansas, they can write a ton of content about this, I'm sure. Let's try something else. Let's take out the word right and let's put the word center. Because I know that's an option. There's also left, right, left, and center. Let's see what happens when I hit the preview for that. And it should appear in the middle of the page. See, there it is, center. Okay, let's try it one more time. I haven't saved this yet, so let's try. Come on now. Where'd it go? Oh, let's put left and see what happens. I'm going to hit preview. And there it is. It appeared over here, kind of at a weird place, right? It doesn't really look all that great, and it's a little bigger than everything else. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Okay, so let's look down here, and let's make it go back to where we had it, because I think that it looks best the way we had it. Don't you think? Okay, so we had it as right. Show preview. And it's over here on the right-hand column area. Now I'm just trying to show you how to put this photo in here. It's not that it's the most visually beautiful place to put it, but I want to show you how that would look. Typically, I'd probably put it over here where it's in the gallery with all the other images. But as I said, we're learning. So I also want to try trading out this main picture because I want to show you how that's done. So where that's kept is it's up here in this where it says image equals. And here's the JPEG for that. So it says it's showing the full extent, and it's talking about the caption that's underneath the photo. So let's look and see where it says that. Here's the caption underneath the photo right there. So if I wanted to change it out, and I'm not sure I want to change it out, but if I wanted to change it out, I would delete it. And then I would come over here and I would find a photo that I wanted to put in there. And there is another one. It's this one right here where it says this one. Let's just say we wanted to put that in as a main photo. So here it is. And there's some kind of description. I don't know what it is, but we would have to make something up. And I'm going to copy this, and I'm not going to put the file in there. I'm just going to put the tulip starting there, copy, Control C, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to paste it in. And then I would write a new caption right here. And I would hit Show Preview. And now, if we did this right, there it is. So it has a new photo. It's a little bigger. I mean, it looks a little nicer. And then down here, we still have our tulip main gates, and that long one is gone. See? So that's what the page would look like if we decided we wanted to save it. But I don't want to save it because I think the other pictures probably fits better, even though it is really tiny. So let's do this correctly. You've seen how it's done. Let's go in and let's fix this the way it should actually look. So I'm going to take this photo and I'm going to Control X, which removes it. I'm going to put it down here on the gallery. Remember the gallery? And there's the JPEG. I need a bar. It's a headstone with a little dingly ball. I don't know what it's called. And then let's take that other photo which is the main gates. And all I need to do is copy this. And I'm going to paste it. I'm going to put a little line, and it's going to put the bar. I'm going to put main gates. Now, if I don't get rid of this right here, then we'll have that same picture on here twice. So I'm just going to delete it. That there. And then I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to find the photo that was supposed to be here, which is this one right here. And remember, in this case, if it opens up again, come on. I'm going to copy up to the file and the colon, not keep it in there. And I'm going to paste it in where it says to image. Okay, if we did this right, it's going to look like this. There we are. We have the main image back in there. And we have a gallery with a whole bunch of photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. There's the sixth one, the main gates. So we have all 6 photos in there. We have the Tulip Cemetery main one, and that other one that was down here that looked kind of weird, it's gone. So we did it correctly. Now somebody just needs to come in and improve this Wikipedia page and make it so it looks really, really nice with a lot of text on it and things like that. But that's not the GSoW project's responsibility. If somebody wanted to do it, they could, but it's a responsibility of somebody who's interested in cemeteries in the South, or maybe Arkansas history, or headstone aficionados, or whatever. So I'm going to write added more to gallery photos, because that's what we really actually did. We just played around with it a little bit so that you guys get a little more experience of how to do this. So I saved it. That's all completely done. And I can close out this. As you can see, there's sometimes you will leave some of the photos behind and just put in what you need. Sometimes there are 50 images that somebody's uploaded, but you're only going to use 3. So you get to choose. And I get that question also every once in a while. Who's choosing? Who gets to decide whose photos are used and whose photos are not used and where they're put? You know what? You're choosing, because you're the one that cares and is trying to edit. And there's no other way of explaining it. Somebody could come in 2 minutes from now and they could revert all the things I've just done, or they could move the photos around, or they could be all excited and say, oh my gosh, look, somebody's uploaded some very nice photos, and they want to change out and put a different picture over here. You know, it's entirely up to whoever wants to do it. And you just can't care. I mean, you can't take it personally if somebody deletes things or moves things and enlarges things or whatever. It's just something you can't make a personal thing. You got to move on, because there's a lot of other photos to do, and there's a lot of other things to do. All you can do is upload the photos, add them to the page, and you know, hope that you're really making an improvement of Wikipedia. And I'm sure that the man who did this, Shane is his name, is really, you know, this is something he's been doing. And it's a lot of work to go in and go to these places and create photos of things that nobody would probably have noticed in the past before. Maybe you've learned something about the Tulip Cemetery. I thought it had tulips all over it. That's why I chose it, because I like tulips. But apparently it's in Tulip, Arkansas. So, which doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Isn't that scary? The town of Tulip, Arkansas doesn't have a Wikipedia page, but its cemetery does. And it's probably because the oldest documented grave dates to 1847, and it was one of the first settlements in Dallas County, and it's got graves of 6 Confederate soldiers there, and it's located off of Highway 9, just behind the Tulip Methodist Church, which occupies a high spot in the area. So We just learned a whole lot, didn't we, today? So anyway, so now you know how to add a gallery, you know how to change a main photo, and you know how to add a photo to the page and make it to the right, to the left, or the center. So boy, you've learned a lot already. Good job, everybody.